This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. For Rolex watch fans, the aspiration of obtaining a watch directly from an authorized retailer has often seemed like an unattainable dream. Enduring lengthy waitlists, exorbitant prices on the gray market, and restricted availability have presented a formidable challenge. Nonetheless, there have been subtle changes in the process of acquiring a Rolex in recent times. For years, acquiring a Rolex watch has been linked with exclusivity, typically requiring navigation through the complex network of authorized dealers, waiting lists, and occasionally scarce availability. Could 2024 be the year things change? Is the process of purchasing a Rolex from an authorized dealer becoming more straightforward? In this video presented by the Luxury World, we will explore the changing dynamics of the Rolex market, analyzing factors that could be impacting accessibility and transforming the experience for enthusiasts and collectors. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, we encourage you to do so to stay informed about our upcoming videos. The availability of Rolex timepieces has been a widely debated subject, especially in recent times. Many viewpoints from fellow watch enthusiasts and gray market dealers have surfaced, offering insights into which models are readily obtainable and debating the advantages of purchasing from an authorized dealer or AD versus a gray market dealer. Interestingly, certain less sought-after models, particularly those made from precious metals, seem to be more accessible, both through Rolex ADs and gray market avenues, often at prices lower than retail. This changing scenario prompts contemplation on whether choosing a gray market dealer could offer a more cost-effective option for obtaining these Rolex models compared to buying from an authorized dealer. The scarcity experienced in recent years, where Rolex ADs had very limited offerings, has now transitioned to a situation of limited availability of certain models. Several factors contribute to this shift, such as the effects of COVID-19, inflation, and the significant increase in the Asian middle-income population. This surge in demographics has resulted in heightened demand, leading to a more complex and fluctuating landscape in terms of Rolex availability. The growth was greatly accelerated by the impact of COVID-19, which catalyzed the overall expansion. Until around 2022, there was a noticeable surge in this market, driven by various factors. However, in early 2022, a significant change occurred, altering people's perceptions regarding the trajectory of watch prices. It wasn't precisely a bursting bubble or a crash, but rather a substantial shift in the direction of watch prices. This change was partly triggered by a crash in the cryptocurrency market, resulting in individuals facing significant losses overnight. The aftermath of the cryptocurrency crash led to substantial financial losses for people, reducing their ability to invest in watches. Consequently, watches became less appealing as an investment option. This shift resulted in a significant decrease in the popularity and, consequently, the pricing of many Rolex models in the second-hand market, although not all, but a substantial portion. Over the past year or so, this decline appears to have stabilized, contributing to a leveling off of watch prices. Despite assertions of a market downturn and a perceived need for authorized dealers to intensify efforts to attract customers, the situation is markedly different, especially concerning steel sports models. Acquiring a steel Submariner, GMT Master II, or even a Daytona is highly improbable without taking necessary steps such as maintaining a consistent spending history. Although occasional exceptions occur, where individuals obtain these watches without a pre-established spending history, such instances are uncommon and typically entail specific conditions or circumstances. We want to offer a word of caution regarding the growing sense of frenzy surrounding the availability of Rolex watches. This trend has begun to worry many watch enthusiasts, particularly as it gains traction across various online platforms. While it's true that acquiring models like the Daytona, Submariner, or GMT Master II can be challenging, it's important to address some of the exaggerated claims and excitement circulating on social media. Amidst the increasing hysteria, especially when seeking certain models like two-tone, solid gold, precious metal, or less popular configurations of the datejust, it's crucial to remain level-headed. While there are reports of some appealing models being available through authorized dealers, it's important to maintain a realistic perspective. However, obtaining sports models, especially the Daytona, as well as variations of the Submariner and GMT Master II in oyster steel, remains a formidable task. Extensive purchase histories and consistent significant spending over many years are often prerequisites for securing these highly sought-after models, regardless of the changing landscape. So, don't anticipate authorized dealers knocking on your door, eager for you to purchase a Rolex Submariner or Daytona. The demand for these watches far surpasses the supply, and this trend is likely to continue. Rolex has no plans to make sought-after models like the Submariner readily accessible for just anyone to walk in and purchase, particularly in popular tourist destinations. While Rolex refrains from disclosing production figures, the company did mention in a statement that its new facilities will enable it to expand its production capacity, support growth, and meet ever-increasing demand. Essentially, this suggests that acquiring a Rolex should become more accessible shortly. Despite the widespread frenzy surrounding availability, we strongly recommend maintaining a pragmatic outlook. We believe that adhering to the suggested steps could potentially decrease wait times for steel sports models. Furthermore, exploring the secondary market, particularly through reputable gray dealers, could be a viable alternative for those unwilling to endure lengthy waits. We will outline some key strategies for acquiring Rolex watches with ease and without the frustration or fear of losing hope of obtaining your desired timepiece. Firstly, consistent face-to-face interaction is crucial. If you've been added to a list without a spending history, it's recommended to engage regularly with the authorized dealer, fostering a connection by discussing various topics during your visits. Secondly, authenticity is paramount. Instead of pre-planning conversations, we advocate for being genuine and spontaneous during interactions with the authorized dealer. This approach involves being true to yourself, discussing shared interests, and building a genuine connection. These steps, combined with maintaining a consistent spending history, enhance the likelihood of acquiring a steel sports Rolex. It is crucial to resist being influenced by hype and frenzy as we emphasize the significance of relying on intuition and discernment. While we recognize the difficulties in obtaining certain Rolex models, we caution against harboring unrealistic expectations, urging everyone to persevere, especially if they are on waiting lists. The initial buzz surrounding certain models appears to be waning, potentially leading to shorter wait lists. Establishing a genuine connection with your authorized dealers and demonstrating genuine enthusiasm for the brand could also work in your favor. Additionally, some less popular models might be readily available. However, highly sought-after models like the Daytona and Submariner still face significant wait lists and scarcity. It's important to remember that ADs have considerable discretion, so consistency is not guaranteed. While the gray market may offer certain models with less hassle, concerns about inflated prices and authenticity remain significant. Acquiring a Rolex from an AD might be slightly more manageable than before, but patience, strategy, and perhaps a bit of luck remain your best allies. And don't forget, the thrill of the hunt can be an integral part of the Rolex experience. We hope that you've gained valuable insights and perspectives to aid you in your quest to acquire a steel sports Rolex. Keep in mind that the crucial steps include maintaining a spending history, fostering regular face-to-face communication with your authorized dealer, and remaining authentic in your interactions. Despite the prevalent hype and frenzy, it's important to approach the pursuit of a Rolex with a grounded and realistic perspective. That is all for now. We would like to see your answers and opinions in the comments section. Remember to follow us too and give us a thumbs up. Once again, this is the Luxury World, and we look forward to seeing you again in our future videos.